What's up, you guys?
What's going on, guys?
So today we are back on our vlog channel. This is kind of the video we wanted to do for our first vlog, but we ended up going on that cool trip, so we wanted to share it with you guys. But we wanted to do kind of like a sit down, get to know us vlog, where you guys can like ask us questions and then we could answer them. So I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask us questions, and you guys went in. Like, it was literally
a lot of good questions.
Yes, so many questions and a lot of really, really good ones. So we're excited for you guys to get to know us a little bit better. I know people obviously that watch my beauty channel probably know me, but not that much about Steven and I and our relationship. So that's what most of the questions were about. So we're really excited to answer all of your questions. Before we go ahead and get started, make sure you guys subscribe to our channel and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can get notified of all of our future uploads. And are you ready to get started?
I think I am.
This is Steven's first sit down video, the vlog.
Let's see how it goes.
We warmed him up with the vlog, so now we're doing the sit down. Alrighty, so let's get into these questions. Honestly, the most popular question was, how did we meet? That's like everybody asked, how did we meet? And I feel like I've told this story before, like briefly, but should we do the long story or the short story?
You can start from the beginning, yeah.
So we met in high school. We both went to the same high school. Our high school though was regional, so like we didn't know each other prior to going to high school because there was multiple towns that went to our high school. And I dated one of Steven's friends.
I don't think we should include that in the video. I think we should skip right over that part.
He was like a little, just like young, you know, sort of thing, like freshman year, quick little dating or whatever, but that's basically kind of how I met you.
Well, the high school had this event, the 8th grade mixer, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was, I guess, the first time we actually met. So her town and my town had, well, how do I explain it? It was like a day where our schools met each other.
Like they bring the two middle schools together, since you're gonna be going to high school together, like at the end of middle school, they bring you all together for this like event where you meet each other. It's like a mixer sort of thing.
Yeah, and they made groups based off last name.
Yeah.
And our last names both start with S, so we're in the same group.
Yes.
And
I remember him too. Like I remember like seeing him.
I remember him too, yeah.
But yeah, so that was technically our first meeting, but we didn't even like talk.
It was kind of a quick thing, like informal.
Yeah. But yeah, basically we met in high school, and Steven was very shy in high school, still is today.
Definitely more of an introvert. She's obviously the extrovert.
And like Steven sat behind me in English class, I think it was? Sophomore year. I think it was English.
It might have been English, yeah. I know you sat behind me in homeroom too.
Yeah, but I remember in English class, like he sat directly behind me and I would come in and be like, "Good morning, Steven," and he would just be like, because I thought he was cute. So I would just like try and talk to him. I'm like, oh my God, he hates me. But yeah, then our love grew from there.
Yeah.
So that's how we met, high school sweethearts. The next question is, how old are you both? So we're
both 26.
Yeah, same age, because we were the same grade in high school and everything. Oh, this is a good one. When did you both start dating and how did Steve ask you out?
Yeah, so sophomore year of high school, I was down in Florida at my grandparents' house for, I guess, visiting for Christmas, right? So she started texting me. So she started the whole thing.
He loves to say that.
She chased me down and kind of just went from there. Because we were friends like freshman year and sophomore year leading up to when we started dating. So I got back on like the 31st or the 30th of December.
Yeah.
And she had a
New Year's Eve
party.
At like my parents' house. My parents were letting me have my friends over.
So the ball drops and I asked her out then. So it's an easy date to remember.
Yeah, so literally like as the ball was dropping, he was like, "Will you be my girlfriend?" And I was like, "Okay." And funny story, I think someone else asked this too, like, when did you first say I love you? And just to let you guys know, as soon as Steven said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" and I said yes, then he said, "I love you."
It worked though, right? We're here now.
He knew.
11 years later.
He knew from the beginning.
It's all part of the strategy, all part of strategy.
So yeah, basically he said I love you immediately. I think I said it back too because I just didn't know what to say. I mean, we were so young at the time. We were only 15.
Right.
So we were really, really young, but yeah, immediately. Okay, next question is, what is your most common argument about? This one is easy for me to answer.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
So our most common argument.
She's gonna say to leave my stuff all over the house.
Yes.
Which I do.
I feel like that's the only thing we argue about though.
Yeah.
Is like Steven is a slob, not to be mean.
I'm not a slob.
He leaves his stuff everywhere.
I leave things where I know they're gonna be the next time I need to use them.
Which is everywhere, all over the place, where I like everything to be neat and orderly, and that is basically the only thing that I feel like argue about. Yes, yeah, like my mom likes everything neat and organized.
Your grandma
Organized.
too,
Yes, I'm gonna say organly, but organized. So I like everything to be like in place and away. Like I like my house to be clean, and Steven likes it to be like a tornado.
Like organized chaos. Like, I know where everything is though until she puts it away, and I have no clue.
Oh my god.
Where to go.
Yeah, a lot of times I just open up the basement door and throw stuff down there because that's kind of Steven's area. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't go in the basement, so I don't care. But yeah, I feel like that's the only thing that we argue about, but that's also our most common argument.
Yeah.
Okay, next also, this is actually probably above how we met, is when we're gonna have babies. Everybody is asking that. I feel like from the second we got married, everybody asked us that.
It's kind of like this is the next step, right?
I guess, yeah. But I mean, I feel like at this point in our lives, we're still pretty young. Like I said, we're both 26, and not that there are people obviously that have kids much younger than that, but for us, I just don't think right now is the time. I don't think that it's gonna be 10 years from now. Like I feel like
I don't know, maybe 30.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 years,
we
around
still have a lot
30.
of traveling to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Places we want to go, things we want to do still.
Definitely. There's like a lot of things that we want to do before we have children, and a lot of things that we want to accomplish before then as well. But yeah, so I feel like within maybe the next 4 to 5 years is when we'll start more seriously thinking about that. Right now, it's just not the time.
We have Prince though, so.
Yeah, so we technically have a baby.
He's a little baby.
If you guys don't know, Prince is our dog. This is a good one. How has your relationships changed at all since being married? I feel like a lot of people have asked me this, and I don't know if this is like the right answer or the wrong answer, but I feel like it hasn't changed.
No, I mean, we were dating for like 10 years prior to us being engaged and married, so I mean, nothing really changed besides, legal paperwork.
Exactly. That's like the only thing that's different. Because I feel like too, we've always had a very mature, I guess, relationship where we've like, we're not like on and off again. Not that I don't want to say that that's like not mature, but we've just always like, I feel like kind of before we were legally married, everyone was like, oh, you're married. You know what I mean?
Because we would spend, every day together anyway. So, I mean.
Yeah. So we definitely, to me, it doesn't.
And we had an apartment together. So we lived together.
Yes. Yeah, we already lived together for years, like prior to getting married and stuff.
We graduated college. Mm-hmm. We had our lives on track, so it's a natural progression
to get married. Yeah, but yeah, I don't see it as any different. We're legally binded to each other now.
Right.
Okay, this one is a good one. This is Steven's like favorite category. So this says, what is your favorite flavor coffee? Also, do you like hot or cold coffee better?
So I definitely like hot coffee better. I started off drinking coffee light and sweet, so a lot of cream, a lot of sugar. And then like one day came and then I just black.
Yeah.
Just straight coffee.
Like he literally has coffee right here. Yeah. I'll show you guys. And it is just like black. I don't want to spill it.
Yeah, some people despise
Nothing in there.
It tastes awful, but it's just easy and quick to make and
True. Yeah, he lives off coffee. I love coffee. I have coffee every single morning, but I don't really drink it throughout the day for the most part. Like I normally just have it in the morning and that's that. And I like a lot of different coffees. I normally just put like some sort of creamer in mine, like a French vanilla creamer, just a little bit. I still like to taste the coffee. Or I like almond milk in my coffee as well with like a little bit of sugar, but that's pretty much it. I do love a PSL, a little pumpkin spice latte moment, but I know.
Of course. We just got one today, actually.
Yeah, but I feel like for me at home, oh yeah, we did get one this morning. Because I saw,
got it.
Yes, he got it for me. Because I saw on Instagram they were back, so I was like, okay, we need that. Yeah. But I feel like when I drink coffee at home, because we have a Keurig, I drink hot coffee. Like I never drink cold coffee at home or iced coffee. But when I get coffee out, I always get iced coffee. So for me, it kind of depends.
Yeah, it's just kind of hard to make cold Keurig coffee, right?
Yeah, it's like kind of impossible. But yeah, so that's our coffee preferences. Couldn't be more opposite, like everything else in our life.
Everything else, yeah.
Okay, so this is a good one. It's how long were you dating before you got engaged?
10 years?
Almost 10 years. Yeah, we were like, it was like 9.5, which seems like a really long time. Like when I tell people that, they're like, wait, what? But I'm like, we also started dating when we were 15 years old. So like, obviously we were not gonna get married like when we were 15. So yeah, we definitely dated for a long time. We definitely knew a lot about each other before getting married, which I feel like is a good thing. I mean, we knew what we were getting ourselves into.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, we dated for a long time. Okay, this is a good one. What is one thing you both do not have in common besides makeup?
Something we do not have in common?
Yeah.
I feel like everything is not in common.
It's hard to narrow it down to just one thing.
Yeah, we're very different people.
Yeah, me and Steven are definitely like opposites attract. Like our interest, not necessarily interests, but like.
Yeah, like it's hard to explain. It's like
I feel like my personality, you guys know if you watch my beauty channel, I'm very, very girly. Like I'm a girly girl, and I feel like
none of that.
Yeah, I feel like you're like a manly man. Like so I just feel like it's like polar opposites. Like I love like clothes and makeup and all that sort of stuff where like he could care less like what he wears or
I like to ride my motorcycle.
Yeah.
Cars, like
and I don't like that he has a motorcycle because it scares me.
Right.
Like he's more of like a daredevil when it comes to that sort of stuff, where I'm more of a like, let me like stand on the sideline and watch somebody else.
Yeah, and just like your sense of humor is strange. So like, you laugh at very weird things sometimes. I'm like,
yeah, we just
like, little things are different.
Yeah, or even like the stuff we watch on TV. Like we watch a few things together, but for the most part,
I can't stand like The Bachelor or Bachelor. I have no time for that. I think it's so fake and so scripted, written.
I love reality
I can't
TV.
Stand it.
I can't get him to watch much reality TV besides Big Brother. We do watch that together.
Yeah.
And X on the Beach. That's technically reality.
X on the Beach, you just have to laugh at the whole time.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's a good show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just feel like we don't. The things that are important we agree on, but for the most part we have very different like interests.
Or the things that are important, like I let her decide. Like I pick and choose my battles, right?
Yeah.
I let her pick like so I'm more of like go with the flow kind of guy.
Yes.
Right? So
yes. Yeah. Because one person actually, another question, this kind of rolls into another question, but people were asking about like my home decor style and what you think about it. Because my home decor style is very girly.
Yeah.
I
can't stand the fur. Like we have fur blankets and pillows, and like that in combination with Prince's hair just gets all over the house. So I'm always like slippering vacuuming the floor, but
it is annoying, yeah.
I mean, I like the white and the gray, color scheme. I don't mind it.
And like I have a lot of mirrored stuff, but I feel like that doesn't bother you. Like shiny things, I like that.
I just have to hang everything, which is kind of a pain.
Yes, he's the hanger.
Yeah.
I'm like, here, I bought this, it weighs 1,000 pounds, let's hang it on the wall. Okay, favorite trip you've gone on?
I mean, favorite trip.
We've been on a lot of like really cool trips.
I feel like trips they have like different categories. Like,
what do you mean?
My favorite like relaxing trip was probably like the Bellamy trip. I mean, that was amazing.
We just went on, right. Yeah.
We went to Hawaii on our honeymoon. That was amazing.
Yeah. I feel like that was my favorite trip for us because there's a difference between like when we go on like work sort of trips, like influencer trips, and then just like when we're going to like relax on vacation. And I feel like when we went to Hawaii, it was one of the first times that we really went on a trip just to relax.
Yeah, like sit by the pool on the beach all day.
And it was really nice. I feel like my favorite trip was Hawaii.
Yeah.
Because we just relaxed and we sat by the pool because we had just moved and had our wedding. So we had so much stuff going on in our lives. We were both so stressful. And we just like sat by the pool and
it was just, the scenery was great. It's like leaving the US without having to deal with the passport stuff, like out of the country, customs and stuff.
Yeah, like so it's easier to get there and stuff. And yeah, that was my favorite. Favorite fast food?
That's a good question.
I know.
We get fast food too often.
Not really. We don't get it that often.
We could get it less. My favorite fast food place, I don't know.
That's hard.
I like In-N-Out. Obviously, it's In-N-Out in New Jersey, so it's kind of like,
yes. Whenever we go to LA, we're like, all right, let's go to In-N-Out or Vegas.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
we
know
love that.
If we lived out there, if that would be my favorite.
No, yeah, it's hard to tell.
Taco Bell's good.
Yeah.
We go to Panera a lot. I mean, some people probably don't think that's fast food, but
yeah, I see it. That's the first thing that went into my head was Panera. For me, I love Panera, and I mean, there's a drive-through.
Fast casual, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking like McDonald's sort of fast food, then I feel like my favorite would be, I feel like for me it's Burger King because I like the chicken sandwich at Burger King.
I would say Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's.
So we have a lot of favorites. Probably too many than we should have.
Right.
Oh, this is a good one. This is, what's the biggest thing you guys disagree on? Like what we don't see eye to eye on. I can think of one thing like automatically. Like I just feel like when it comes to like looking at like homes, I would rather live in in like a kind of house that is super convenient to like everything, like has a lot of stuff all around it, and live on like a small lot. Like basically in New Jersey, how housing is, and I'm sure it's like this other places too, like if you're gonna live in an area that's like super convenient, especially somewhere that's close to New York City, you're gonna get a really small lot, and like you're not gonna have really a lot of land, and your house will be nice and stuff, but it's like not really a lot of privacy, but you're like super convenient to like everything else. Where if you live like further away, you'll get like a really big lot and like have more privacy, but then you're like, you gotta drive like 15 or 20 minutes to get everything. So for me, I would rather just live on the small lot and be convenient to everything else, where he is like the polar opposite.
The country.
Yes.
Like on acreage.
Like he wants
can't
like
see the house from the street.
Yes, like to be like completely
private,
alone. Like not even in like a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Where I like feel like I would just rather be like, I feel like where we live now was a really good compromise. Yeah, we're like right in the middle now. Like we have like some land, but we do live in a neighborhood. And we're like convenient to a lot of things, but then like a little bit further away from other stuff. So I feel like where we live is a really good compromise. Right. But yeah, I feel like that's the number one thing we disagree on is when it comes to housing. And that's like a big thing. Yeah. But we were able to find, you know, something in the middle. And going off of that, another question is, do we think this is gonna be our forever home?
I think that's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, I mean,
where we live, it's a great town. The schools are great. You know, obviously for future kids.
But like when we bought this house, we were never under the impression like this was gonna be forever.
But it could be. I mean, it could be.
Yes, yes.
It probably won't be, but
yeah, like I feel like
I love this house. I love the town we live in.
But I just feel like this is not
probably not
gonna be forever for us. And like when we bought this house, we didn't have that like mindset, because like also when we bought this house, we were 25 years old. So I feel like most 25-year-olds aren't like buying a house that they think they're gonna spend the rest of their life in. Like that's a long time.
I mean, it's big enough to have a family in and stuff like that, obviously.
Yeah, but we also like change and stuff. So I just feel like
I think figuring out where exactly we want to live.
Yes.
In New Jersey or outside of New Jersey is going to be the biggest.
The biggest deciding factor.
Decision.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another question is a lot of people ask is if we thought we would ever leave New Jersey or think we're always going to
I always wanted to get out of New Jersey because I'd rather have quiet. Like, I know she would rather live closer to New York City.
Or like a major city. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be New York. That's what we grew up with. New Jersey is just really, really expensive. But like I feel like realistically the only other place we would move to is LA, which is even more expensive than New Jersey. It's like I feel like the one place is more expensive than like this area, like right outside New York. So
I mean, I would move to Florida or like outside of Nashville, but that's not really your thing.
No, I love those places, but for what I do, I feel like it's important for me to live close to New York or LA. But I mean, I love Florida and I loved Nashville too. They're both really, really beautiful places, but I feel like we'll either be here or LA. But I imagine myself always when having kids in New Jersey, but maybe before having kids being in LA for a little bit, but I always imagine myself having children and my family here because this is where both of our families are. Yeah. So that's definitely, I imagine it being here.
Of course, the two most expensive places in the United States to live, but
yeah,
it is what it is. What
is your favorite thing about each other? I feel like mine for you is easy.
What?
Well, there's a lot of things that I do.
Like it's everything. Like I don't know what I would change.
Thanks. No, but for you, my favorite thing about you personally, and I feel like I've always felt this way, is you're just a very loyal and like trustworthy person. Like I trust him 1,000% and I always have. Like I feel like a lot of times in relationships people have like trust issues and stuff like that, but you're just like, I know that you won't lie to me.
I tell you everything. Like
yeah. And he's also just the kind of person where I know I could call at any time, even prior to being married, obviously. Like obviously when you're married, that's gonna be your person. But even before that, like I knew that I could call Steven at any time of the day, whenever, and like if I needed help, the most crazy thing, and he would do it. Like he would be there for me. Like he was always like my rock, and that's what I love about you. So you love everything about me? Is that your answer?
I don't know.
Okay, next one is how often do you both work out? So I work out, because of Steven's work schedule, sometimes it's a little bit different for him, but for me, because we work out with our two other friends, we go to the same gym as them and we work out together. I go Monday through Thursday every single night, and then on Fridays, it's like hit or miss, whether or not we make it to the gym on Friday.
I try to go 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah, so we are the same. It's just not always the exact same day, but it's like 4 to 5 times per week. Yeah. Okay, next question is, how did you get him to support your beauty career when you were small and just starting out? So he has always supported it like from day one.
Yeah, since day one. I remember
I love this story.
She had a laptop with like a video camera in it.
Yeah, it was like a MacBook that had like a webcam.
MacBook. I remember her just recording in her dorm room. Like, and I was laying on the floor.
I made him lay on the floor. It was like out of frame, so you couldn't see it, but he was like in my dorm room because I lived in a really, really small room. And so he was like laying on the floor in like a lot of my first videos. Yeah. But you were always super supportive of it. And when I decided,
she wanted to try, I was like, why not? Just try it. If you like it, just do it. And
where everyone else was kind of like, oh, that's kind of weird, because it wasn't really normal to do YouTube like when I first started it. It wasn't nearly as like popular as it is today.
I feel like it's only normal to do like social media stuff in like LA.
Yeah,
like,
especially where we live too. Yeah,
like you don't see anybody like walking around New Jersey with a camera vlogging.
Yeah, it's like definitely less normal. But like, and even when I decided that I wanted to do this full time, like he was my biggest supporter, where everyone else was like, you are insane. Like I think everybody thought it was crazy.
Like everyone's like, thinks you have to do the typical 9-to-5 corporate career or whatever.
Yep. Especially because I mean, I went to college and then I went to graduate school for something that I wasn't honestly really that passionate about. I went for human resource management, and you know, we went to college together and stuff, but I think everyone thought that I was crazy when I graduated from graduate school, and like I turned down a bunch of offers and stuff that I had, where he was the only one that was like, yeah, like do it. Like you don't want to look back and wonder like what if, and now I'm just so grateful.
Because you got your master's in 1 year versus 2 years.
Yeah.
So she kind of had this little like gap year where it wouldn't have looked weird on a resume if there was like a gap.
Yeah, so I was technically able to get my master's in only 1 year instead of doing it in 2 years, but it wouldn't have looked weird if it took me 2 years basically to do it, because that's how long it takes.
So she had like this extra year to like, you know, try it. It's kind of took off from there.
Yeah, where everyone else was like, no, you need to go and like work this corporate job in like finance or something like in New York, and that's kind of what...
both her parents are corporate, you know, employees for what, 30
years?
Forever. More than that?
Yeah. So it was definitely like everyone thought I was crazy besides Steven. This one said, who's older? So obviously we're the same age, but I am 2 weeks older than Steven.
Like 2 weeks older. Yeah.
He loves to say that I'm a cougar.
Yep.
This is a good one, is what is the hardest thing that we ever had to go through like in our relationship? For me, I feel like it was definitely the whole college thing. Like we obviously went to high school together, and we started dating sophomore year. So all throughout high school, we were like inseparable. Like we did everything together. You know, like after school, he'd come to my house. He would like even eat dinner with my family. I would eat dinner with his family. Like we spent all day basically together. So when it got time, like senior year, to start like applying to college, I feel like everyone was like wondering, like, are they going to go to college together?
Kelly's a straight A student and I'm not. So it was like, what are we going to do?
Steven didn't take high school really that seriously, his grades. Like you were into like sports and other stuff, and like didn't really take his grades all that seriously, where my parents put a lot of pressure on me to like make sure that I did really well. So she got into every school she applied to and I didn't. So no, it's not necessarily. It was just we didn't end up getting into a lot of the same schools, and I think everyone was kind of like, oh, like are they gonna... We
did get it both into Purdue.
We did, yeah.
In Indiana.
Purdue University, and that's kind of where we thought we were going to go at first, because we really wanted to go together. Like that was like our main thing. And so we all flew out there like with our parents and stuff, but at the end of the day, like it's an out-of-state school, and it was really, really expensive for us to go there. So it just wasn't really going to be like a reality unless we took out a lot of loans, which we didn't want to do. So it was really, really hard for us to kind of figure out what we were gonna do. And so I always thought I was gonna go really far to school, like Florida or something, and then I ended up committing to Penn State University Park, as that's where I was gonna go, and Steven was gonna go to community college, like in our hometown.
I think I got into like a...
like a satellite campus of Penn State.
It wasn't like the main, like where the football stadium was. It was like outside of that.
But it was far away. It was like almost 3 hours away from where I was gonna be going at Penn State. And so regardless, we were gonna be far away. And then I basically went for like the accepted students day at Penn State and had like a freak out, and like was crying to my parents, and I was like, I don't wanna go here. Like I don't wanna be so far away from Steven. And I feel like also then everyone...
I told her from like day one, like you need to pick what you wanna do. Like I don't wanna hold you back from like going to whatever school for whatever program.
You did always say that, but it was me that was like, no, like I don't want to be that far from him. And I feel like, again, that was another thing where everyone thought that we were crazy, and was like, you know, you both have to do what you want. Like you're not actually going to get married. You're both still so young. And we were so young, but like I feel like we knew, like I knew we were going to get married. I knew, like it wasn't ever like a thought in my mind. And so I had this whole freak out at Penn State, and then I eventually ended up being able to accept admission like late into Rutgers, which is in New Jersey, and it's like not that far from where we grew up, and he went to community college in New Jersey, so we were only about 30 minutes away from each other.
Yeah, and every day after class I would travel up to Rutgers and visit him basically like every day. Yeah,
so it was like we were going to different schools, but I still saw him every day, and for me that was like 1,000% the right decision. I also met like so many of my best friends and everything at Rutgers.
Everything worked out great.
Yeah, going there was 1,000% the right decision. But during that freshman year, we did go to opposite schools, but he like worked really hard in community college and got his grades up, and then he came to Rutgers sophomore year.
Yeah, I got accepted sophomore year, so.
So we were able, yeah, it did all work out. But that was kind of, I feel like, the hardest time in our relationship, because I give it up to people that can do long term, like long distance.
Like, yeah, long distance stuff is.
I just don't, we wouldn't have been able to do it, I don't think. Like, I mean, I feel like we would have made it work, but we both would have been really upset. Like, it would just be different.
Sucked,
yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, that was definitely a really hard time, because again, like, everyone was definitely like, Kelly, like, why are you doing this? Why are you changing where you're gonna go to school? And it's not that Rutgers is a bad school, but like Penn State is a really good school, and I just knew, like, deep down inside, like, I wasn't gonna be happy there being that far. Okay, next question is, do you want another dog? We both agree on the fact that we want another dog, eventually.
Just what kind of other dog we want to get.
Yes. Because we have Prince, obviously, who's a Pomeranian and our baby. And then I have Penelope, who's like my family's dog. She lives with my mom and dad. So I've always only had Pomeranians. So I love them, and I would love to get Prince like a sister, Pomeranian sister. But he wants like a big dog.
Yeah, I want like a big dog. I want like a Rottweiler or a Mastiff, Cane Corso.
Oh my gosh. I'm like kind of scared of big dogs. That's what scares me, is like they're beautiful animals, but it just scares me. And Prince is also really little. So like them meeting, but I feel like they'll be fine once,
if they grow up together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely someone with short hair.
Oh, yes.
Because Prince's hair, the maintenance is crazy.
It goes everywhere. If you ever have a Pomeranian, you know, but his hair is all over the place.
Yeah.
But I feel like right now we both agree on the fact, even though we would love another dog right now, it's not the right time just because we travel so much.
Right. It's not fair to.
Yeah, it's not fair to get another dog. And we also, you know, when we travel, we like to only give Prince to like family or friends. I don't want to have to put him in a kennel or something like that. I just like to give him to people that we trust. And so once you add another dog, it just kind of complicates that. So I just feel like once we kind of slow down, maybe when we have a kid, I don't know if that's really the right time to like introduce another dog, but I feel like that's when we'll get
right before.
Yeah, like another dog. Yeah. But right now I just feel like our lives are a little too busy to have another dog. Ooh, what is yours and Steven's star sign? So we're both Aries because we're both April. Yeah. We don't know anything about that though.
Yeah, we don't follow that.
No, I feel like we should. It's like, it's interesting. I don't know, but I don't really know anything about it. I just know we're both Aries.
I know some people love to like keep track of that. But
yeah. I feel like I want to look more into it. Is it weird that we're both the same thing?
Yeah, I'm not sure we should be compatible based on that chart or whatever.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a good one. What NFL team do you support? So we're both Giants fans. My family has had season tickets to the Giants forever. So we go to a couple games per year, and yeah, we both like the Giants. Oh, this is a good one. What do you both nerd out about together? Like, what do we both like really like deep dive into? I don't know.
I feel like we nerd out to different things.
Yeah, like we deeply research into different stuff. We like to look at houses together though. We both like love doing that.
Just like house search in general is cool to look at.
Yeah, like we're both always on Zillow, like just because we just like to, we just like to like look. I feel like we both enjoy that. Like that would be cool. Like maybe one day we would love to like do like a flip or something. Like I feel like that would be like a cool thing for us to do together. But like there's nothing like not one specific topic that I feel like we like nerd out about.
We're just like so different that it works. I don't.
Yeah, like we like research into different things. I feel like.
Yeah, like I love researching like motorcycles and stuff like that, but she's also about like beauty and stuff.
So I guess housing and like real estate is like the thing we're both like very interested in that. All right, you guys, so that is it for all of the questions. We can definitely do like a part 2 to this vlog because you guys asked so many different questions, but we tried to answer like the most common ones that were asked. We hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit the subscribe button and we will be back very soon with more vlogs. Bye, guys.